Students, it is interesting to see both the Goswami Committee and Indrajit Gupta Committee were commissioned by the coalition government, and it was a time when smaller national and regional party used to be the part of the government. So, in series of electoral reform, the next important step was the 178th report of the Law Commission of India, which was submitted to the then Law Minister Ram Jethmalani in May 1999. Uh, this report actually concurred with Indrajit Gupta Committee that suggested for partial funding of election by the state, seeing the condition of the country. Now, besides partial funding of the election, this particular commission also recommended certain other measures. These measures included setting up of appropriate regulatory framework to be placed to look after the political parties, primarily to see their internal democracy, also to see their internal structure and how they maintain their accounts, and also the issue of auditing of accounts and their submission to election commission. So these were some of the important recommendations which comes from the law commission report of which was submitted in 1999. Now the next major effort which was made with regard to electoral reform was during the NDA government, which was led by Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2000. Uh, the National Commission to Review the Working of Constitution was established, and it was headed by Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, the former Chief Justice of India, who made several recommendations as a part of the broader report, which was primarily established to suggest possible amendments in Constitution of India. So several of the recommendations which were given also included suggestions with regard to election and election commission. So looking at some of the recommendation which was given by this commission called for state and parliamentary level elections to be held at the same time and to the extent possible. Then it also talked about that the campaigning period should be also reduced for the candidates who are contesting for elections. Then it also suggested that candidates should not be allowed to contest elections simultaneously for the same office from more than one constituency. Here, it is also important to mention that beside these committees, which we have seen, which has come up with several propositions and proposals to mend elections and election process and election commission of India also brings out several proposals from time to time to bring changes in the whole election process. So some of the proposal which came as a part of the proposal was in 2004. Some of the important dimensions that were included in it, like uh, it said that the affidavits which is filed by the candidate during nomination should also include their criminal antecedents, that is past, their assets and other details. Then it also talked about increasing the security deposit for the candidates. Then also talks about disqualifying any person of any offense punishable by imprisonment for 5 years or more from contesting elections, even when the trial is pending, provided the charges have been framed against him by a competent court. Now, it also talks about restriction on number of seats from which a contestant can contest election. Another major step which was taken with the coming of UPA government, there was establishment of Second Administrative Reform Commission, and under the report of this commission, which was led by Administrative Commission, which was led by Virappa Moily, there was a separate report which is called the Ethics in Governance. It talks about varieties of recommendations that is required with regard to changing the nature of election and doing away with the criminalization of politics. So we'll take up some of the proposal and issues of concern which was taken up by this particular administrative commission. Primarily, it talks about reforming the way the political funding of these political parties is being done. So it also talks about partial state funding of elections, and the aim is that it would reduce the scope of illegitimate and unnecessary funding of expenditure of elections. Then it also talks about disqualification of those who are involved in heinous offenses like murder, abduction, rape, dacoity, waging war against India, and organized crime and narcotics offenses. Here, Election Commission had also suggested that as a precaution against motivated cases, it may it may be provided that only cases filed 6 months before the election would lead to such disqualification. Now, another important concern which was taken up by this administrative commission and its report talks about false declarations. So the declaration which is made by the candidate during nomination, filing of nomination paper. So all false declaration before the returning officer or other officer should be made an electoral offense under Representation of People Act. Now, uh, uh, publication of accounts by political parties, there was suggestions that these political parties must maintain proper account of their incomes and expenditure and also get them audited annually. This administrative commission also talks about the very important issue that is with regard to appointment of chief election commissioner and commissioners. Another major important reform came in the process in 2015 when Law Commission headed by Justice AP Shah submitted its report. Some of the important and interesting suggestions which was given by this commission included primarily that the political party should mandatorily disclose their any contribution which exceeds rupees 20,000. Now, it also touches upon the appointment of Chief Election Commission and Commissioner, and it says that there should be a collegium, which would be three-member collegium, with consultation of a president, should appoint either Chief Election Commissioner or Election Commissioner. Then, taking up the matter of other election commissioner, it says that equal constitutional protection must be given to all election commissioners with respect to its removal from the office. Then takes up the matter of paid news very significantly and recommends that it should be made an electoral offense. Now, it does not favor making voting compulsory and regards it as an undemocratic exercise. Then also it suggests that it commented upon the internal party democracy within political parties and suggested that there should be introduction of internal democracy, and this would improve the financial and electoral accountability and decrease the corruption, and this would lead to the democratic functioning of the country as well as these parties.